Can you guys go to the YouTube side and make your presence known? I just went live. I'll give you a link. See if that works. Yep. Just go say something. All right. So freaky day indeed. Unbelievable move. Long overdue. Unfortunately, they didn't do it easy on the way up. Therefore, they're not doing it easy on the way down. The mega caps are taking it the hardest because they have the most to give back. Very weak hands. The funny part is that CNBC is convincing us that the IWM has another 20% up from here. I disagree, and I will short it if it does happen. This morning I missed the short, and that's on the upper right-hand corner. I would suggest you keep those zones in mind. The high of the day and what we're falling into is some sort of a consolidation from a few days ago. So now I'm going to put an alert. I'm actually going to move it. What does that say here? I'm going to move this lower to match this wick. So then I know we're leaving for sure an area of consolidation that may have 5 to 9 points of downside. So I'm going to update the message. 5 to 9 points of downside. Okay. And that would fill a fair value gap from some time. All right. That is the small caps. And if they do pop, I will short it. Very cautiously though, just like what I did before. The mode today, folks, is to fix problems if you had a short that was going wrong and lock some profits in the shorts. But if the VIX stays at 19 or 18, that tells me that the market makers see some clouds in 30 days out. So they might be in the mindset of selling rallies. So this bounce V, make a higher high, I think is gone as long as the VIX is up here. That's probably the biggest blanket statement I make. A few things to watch. Strength in the banks boggles the mind. Boggles the mind. So I would say that if the JP Morgan loses the 207 area, actually 209, it drops quickly to 205 to 203. I think the bank story is over. They reported, they won't report for quite a while, and they have the least exciting, I don't know, outcomes. I mean, they don't have AI technologies goosing sales. If anything, it makes them more efficient. And I'm not sure that that's a selling point for me at this point. I feel like I've been talking for days. Today has been long. We started coverage early today, and then we started losing one neckline after another. We had this one, remember, repeated. Look, it's still repeating here. That's crazy. You see it? Look, it fits here perfectly, It fit 3-4 times up there. That's amazing. All right, so I'm going to delete it so we don't forget it. Is it still safe to hold Tesla calls for the week? I'm not sure where you saw me saying to hold Tesla calls. I gave you the range on Tesla, and I don't think I said hold calls. I said the low on Tesla was a forecast of 215, and it went there and a little bit over. And I gave you a range. I said there would be sellers into, what was the number, 227 to 232. They're trying to target to 237 if they do target on the bounce. And if you lose today's low, it opens a new can of worms. Those are almost my exact words. So I don't think I said buy a call. You asked me for levels, I gave you the levels. I said if I were holding a call, I would exit on strength into 228, 227, definitely at 232, and anything above that I think is a selling spot. That's what I think with Tesla. Accumulate NVIDIA. Well, it's better than at 140 or whatever it went. Nibble, get it out of your system. If you want to own 100 shares, you buy 1/10 or 15% of them. Yes, let's see. I have it down here. Let's take out all the lines one day and zoom out. You can see how it's still in the stratosphere. In all fairness, it did change its own. So this is not the same company as 13 months ago. It is the same as 12 months ago, not 13 months ago. And so I personally would not touch it unless it's in the 2 digits for me. But that doesn't mean you should wait. If you love it and you hated that you missed out on it, how about selling a put? Okay, so my thinking is that if it doesn't recover and hold 122 to 125, it's probably going to drift lower to 10. Let me give you $10 to $18. I mean, it's a wide range. So 106 to 99. Head and shoulder-ish. It's not quite, but it's a neckline that they're losing. And if they don't recover it and go above that 124 mark, they're probably going to sell it down. There's still gaps. Okay. They might start selling rallies. And if I'm correct about the VIX saying something nasty, I don't want to rush into it. So let's go to 1 hour. You see how they're selling rallies? I want to assume that they sell the next rally as well. Head and shoulders right there. Okay, now you'll see the lines we put. You see that? Perfect. Again, and now that orange line may be in play. And if the orange line may be in play, that means this original spot is getting filled. So I think we could see 110, 111, 109 in the next couple of weeks. But guess what? You can jump the gun and sell puts under duress. NVIDIA doesn't report as soon as the other ones, right? It reports in the week of August 30th. So if I wanted to own shares, why not collect $250 to own them at 104? Sell a put at 104. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do that. Then the worst case scenario is you break even at 102. You understand that? That should be a no-brainer for somebody that wants to buy shares here. Yeah. You break even at 102. That's what I'm looking at. That is August 23rd expiration. And that would be a 23 delta. Let's say you wanted to accumulate slower than this. You go out to December. You collect $800 to buy it at 100. You break even at 92. 92. This is a one and done trade for me. If I wanted to buy 100 shares, I can collect $800 today to promise someone I'll buy their shares at 100 this year. Today, they'll give me $800. Like and subscribe. Afraid of Nvidia weight on the SMH. Should I stay? Yeah, Willie, I don't know how you guys missed that conversation. The fact that we are in a very, very sharp rising wedge. SMH is the heavy with Nvidia-like companies. So the theme of AI this and AI that is heavily represented in the SMH, XLK after the reweighting. Nvidia took the place of Apple in it. This is pretty crazy stuff. The credit is more than $800. I'm looking at it right now. The credit is $810. They were, today, 4,000 of them transacted. So I know it's a real quote. I picked it out of the blue and look at that. 4,000 of them being transacted today. There are 44,000 already open there, and 4,000 came in today. I'm holding 400 shares. I just addressed it, Willie. Do you not hear me? You sold 660 puts to get in. Calls after the drop is a bit much. Okay, so you sold what puts on the SMH? The SMH is at 242. What do you mean 600? Holy moly, you sold a 260 put to buy calls in this stock at all-time highs. Wow. I want your conviction. Okay, so that trade is bad. So here's what I would do. First thing, revisit why you did it. Be honest with yourself. I don't need to hear it. You just need to revisit the reason. If the reason is not there or you don't have a reason, you were just momentum trading, you should probably revisit the momentum trading concept. It's not for everybody. I'm not a momentum trader. I can be, but I don't enjoy it, so I don't do it. Some people think they're momentum traders. They buy at all-time highs. Nobody should buy at all-time highs with conviction. You did it with ultimate conviction because you sold the put at the money or near the money, near all-time high levels, and you bought calls on top of it. So that's high conviction. You will make a lot of money if they rallied, but you also put yourself in the face of danger right away. So I would suggest that you fix that trade. First, revisit the reason. If it's still there, then try to fix it. If the reason is not there, you're going to have to admit that it's broken. Go to question number 2. Question number 2 is, have I hit my risk tolerance? In other words, did I hit my stop loss? If you don't have a stop loss, you should establish one. And here, I actually say it so often that I typed it up like this. Check it out. So those are the things you need to do, and I'll put them in the live room right now. This is, write them down. It's the same process. So 1 is the reason there. If it is, then you go to 2. Have you hit your maximum loss? Like, have you taken enough pain that you don't want to take beyond? No, you go to 3. What are your odds of success? In your case, they're very bad because the put you sold is deep in the money already. So, and your calls are decimated, probably. So you must have hit your stop loss. If not, then you don't have a stop loss. So going forward, I would suggest to never take another position without setting a stop loss. An exit strategy. Sometimes it's a stop gain. Hey, things go well, you stop gain. You need an exit strategy. So if you're asking me if we're going to go back to 270 and 280 and 290, I'm saying no. I would bet against it. Would a credit put spread 89.90 August 7 be an okay idea? I don't take 25 cents for $10 wide. That's just risk reward that doesn't pencil for me. It's, quote, statistically safe, but You have earnings in between then. Make sure there isn't of it or something like it. Like if AMD reports. I'm definitely not taking 25 cents on the TLT. I don't trade the TLT, and if I did, it wouldn't be with that size risk. The only way I trade the TLT is very limited risk, short, in, out, in and out. I think there's something big brewing in the world, and it's too big a risk for the reward. 25 cents on $10 wide. No, wait, I'm miscounting. It's not $10. My bad. 25 cents on $1. It's okay. I misread it. My bad. Yeah, but be careful. The TLT is a beast. Remember, it moves wildly with auctions, so make sure there's no big auctions. Tom will be able to tell you which auctions are important. Do I see good prices to sell puts on ARM? No. But you can. I'm sure you can find a level that is attractive to you. I personally think on the chart it's still too high. ARM. Let's look it up. I think ARM should be 120. If ARM loses these wicks below us, it's a big if, but if it does, it goes to 120. So let's say, like NVIDIA, I want to go long ARM today, and I can't wait, and I want to nibble. I would go out to, it does report in a few days, so there's that. October 110, 115 puts will pay you $300, $400. So you break even at 106, 105. October expiration, that's 86 days. If you really want to set it and forget it, then you sell a put out to December and you forget about it. 105, $500. You break even at 100. It's not the end of the world if you end up owning 100 shares of ARM at 100, and you're okay to add another 100 should you know what hit the fan after that. Arm and a leg. I see what you did there. Some dad jokes coming out from moms. How can VIX August 13 calls be 375 when current price is 17? VIX is manipulated and there's time on the clock. So that's what it is. That's why I say the VIX is not a good trader. It's a good protection. It's not a good trader. How much was it when we bought it? 250? 270? How much was it? I have SPX bear call spread. That's mine. I would leave it alone. It also came with a debit put spread, which is also up 25%. I just posted a write-up on it in the chat room and emailed it. Just literally within the last hour. I will look at AAL. There are a couple other companies we want to look at. But I have to tell you that today's move kind of puts a wrinkle in me reading options because the move is so huge. But I told you what it says. It says you can book if you want to, especially on the debit put spread. The credit call spread, I'll let it ride. What are these numbers? When you bought it was 290, now it's 460. Or are these bid and ask? Okay, thank you. Yeah, listen, this is a capitulation day. I would not be so quick in catching the falling knife. All right. So somebody said, ask me once, how do I know if I'm a momentum trader? The easy answer is, if you don't remember when was the last time you opened and closed a trade in the same day, you probably are not a momentum trader. If you need help with those SMH tomorrow and the day after, let me know. I have no issues. Yesterday and today, we warned you about a big drop in the QQQ. I did and Corey did. I kind of said yesterday, what did I say? I said, if we pop, we create a wolf wave that points down to 470 something, right? Didn't we say that? I said, if we pop, we create it. I said, we popped and it didn't come up, but it behaved like it did. So this freaking wolf wave, man, worth every freaking penny. Time it took to learn it, and I still don't know it very well, but golly, is it reliable. Oh my gosh. Crazy stuff. I'll give you the tool in August. It's probably $400. I don't know how much it is, but if you have Thinkorswim, I'll give you the tool. Which time interval was that? I can't remember. I switched screens. Hold on. I may have said 30 minutes. Yes, 30 minutes. And 1 hour. I remember. 30 minutes and 1 hour. Corey saw it. He mentioned it this morning, unsolicited. He said 469 point something. We not only went there, we collapsed. I'm telling you, those events, the one-on-one events, not a one-on-one, the in-person events pay dividends. They totally do. Catching bids, yeah, it's not a stock I trade, so it can catch all the bids. All right, let's go start looking at earnings. I think there was American. Let's start with IBM, one of my least favorite companies ever. Although I am an IBM guy, as they say. Earnings, the implied volatility is more than triple, so it is doable via diagonals. Don't buy options for this week. You'll overpay 3 times the normal rate. That's crazy. Do not do it. It's easier to fall, a little bit easier to fall than the rally. I don't see a lot of downside pressure. Maybe $1 or $2 or $3. Yes. That was the level I was looking at earlier. I just mentioned it. JP Morgan. Die, Mo Flicker, die. Okay. All right. So I don't have a lot of clues. It's programmed to move about $10.50 to $11 up or down. So it could be a 172.5. It could be a 192.5 according to the market makers. If you're looking to do calls or puts, please use diagonals. Very easy decision. You buy a call or a put, whichever you want, out in time, and you sell one against it for this week in a diagonal. So if you buy a put out in time, sell one below it. If you buy a call out in time, sell one below it. I don't know what they're expecting. Let me go to TradyTix. You won't see me do that, but I want to see if I have any information from them that could help us look into the options moves a little bit better. Come on, TradyTix, come up. I gotta log in. They're a little slow today. Okay, we are going to IBM, IBM. There's not a lot of action today. It looks like somebody put a debit spread Call spread. Let's see what level. 180, 190. Can I match it up? Yes. Somebody put a debit call spread, 1,000 contracts, 180, 190. That means it's probably not going to rally because that somebody should lose money, although they did place it in a good place. So that's pretty smart. They bought in the money, sold out of the money. Somewhat smart. Okay. Maybe I would put an iron butterfly around 180. Maybe. Maybe. And I will make it $10 wide. And it would be, come on, give me value, 7.6. So you'd be risking $240. But it's $240. Hold on, folks, hold on. You're going to lose my voice for a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, I'm back. So IBM Iron Butterfly centered around 180. I'm not going to put it in writing because I only want people who know what they're doing to take it. 180. Okay, so let's go to American Airlines. AAL. This is a tricky market. All right, American Airlines is almost 3 times also the implied volatility. Why? Because we're having a red day. That's why. Everything is elevated. And it looks like 1050 is important to them. Yep, 1050. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that one, I would not be bearish on it. If somebody's holding calls, I don't blame you. Although, I don't think there's a lot of room. I wouldn't do any iron butterflies or anything like that. There's not enough premium. But I don't think it falls. And if it does, it has buyers. So it will find support. Okay. So what else do we have? Ford. I doubt I'll be able to give you a trade on Ford, but I'll tell you the body language. What? Yeah, 3 times and change the implied volatility. The move is going to be 80 cents according to the market makers, and 20, 40, 20. Some downside pressure, but not a lot. Again, I wouldn't do anything with Ford. I don't have anything to do with it. My gosh, today is a day for the ages. My goodness, I love it. I sound very nasty, but I am not. Okay, so once again, you are one of the people that does not believe me that the actual report doesn't matter to the stock price. Look at Enphase today, up 12% in the morning on an absolutely horrendous report. Explain that. CMG tonight? It is, yeah. Okay. CMG does not have a lot of transactions usually. Like the volume on options is not very busy, so the clues are not that great. Chipotle is 4 times, 4x. So that one, it deserves an iron butterfly. It actually deserves something. A diagonal maybe. 4 times the normal the price is. They're programmed to move $5. That's it. That's because of the split. I found that hard to believe. I think up is easier. Say to 53. So if I were to trade, I'll put an iron butterfly around 53.6. 53. It's a wonky option constellation. How much should I say? $5. Let's see if I do $5. Okay, so if you do a $5 widespread, you risk $50. Sorry, $150. If you center it at 53 and you collect $345 for one contract, your break even is 49.57. So if we wake up and it's between 49 and 57, you're at least breaking even. You should have profits. Tesla and Apple are the same price. That's cool. Google is stabilizing. I need to look at my portfolio. 1 minute. JP Morgan went really red. I'm leaving that trade on. The KRE, I'm back to green, baby. I'm leaving that on. The NASDAQ, I'm up a ton. I'm leaving that on. I did lock some prices from an iron butterfly earlier. Oracle, I'm definitely leaving that on, up 30%. QQQ bear call spread now is $30. The one that expires in August, I would close that. Okay, I will close that. There. Okay, so I would definitely close that. Let me go tell the people. Which one? I recently shared short the QQQ. When did I do that? May? No. I can't find it. Anyway, maybe I didn't send it. Okay, Pat, I'll ignore it. I was going to say that's a lot of money. Did I give out earnings trades for tomorrow? I mentioned the earnings for tomorrow. I don't endorse any of them. Maybe IBM, maybe Chipotle. IBM 180, Iron Butterfly, $10 wide. Risks, whatever I said, 240. Chipotle, $53 Iron Butterfly, $5 wide. Risks, 150. I don't love either. Reasonable, I mean, I don't know what you mean by reasonable. It's a reasonable risk, but the outcome is a coin flip. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear. It's not about the quality of the report. Proof positive, Alphabet stock reported a pretty strong report. Did not miss on much. Did not disappoint on much. The stock is down. Versus Enphase, spiked 12%. I didn't track it after that. Up 12% today. Opened up 12%. Read the report. Down 56% on sales. Missed and missed on top line and bottom line. What the hell are they buying up, right? So it's not about that. I promise you it's not about that. Ooh, I got a new achievement award on Instagram. What does that mean? What do I get? Smash it. You'll earn this achievement when you post a reel outperforms your other content. Okay. You're a scam, Instagram. You're a scam. You heard that right, Scam. Are you asking me about Enphase? Granite Gym? Whoa. Oh, okay. So look, misses, top line and bottom line. 57% drop in sales. It missed on both counts and dropped 50%, more than 50% in sales. And the stock is up. And half the people raised the price target, the other half lowered the price target. That shows you the idiotic behavior of Wall Street and how stupid we are for listening to them. On what ticker there, Jafar? Yes, of course. I've been talking about that. You have patterns, bearish patterns, one after another. One after another. But you have to, okay, so here. The morning notes. They priced in both today. This one yesterday, actually both today. This one before, but then they did it again. Okay, so now if they bounce, there's another one that's even bigger. This drop puts us, we are still above our upside target from the breakout that we had months ago. We are still in the upside, we are still $10 above the target zone we had just a few months ago. That is how insane this rally has been. Just chew on that. The most important thing on my screen is these orange lines. We have fought over these orange lines ferociously for the past few weeks. Look, they came up, cut through them like butter, came down, came up, cut through them like butter, came down, came up, and then earned a bust right through. They tried to defend them once and lost all of them and went lower than where we went from. If the VIX does not drop, this is a change in behavior. I guarantee a change in behavior that if the VIX stays this high, we will be selling rallies. We're done buying dips until the VIX drops. I'm telling you, that's my mindset now. I don't say this often, but if you don't pay attention to that statement, you're missing the cues of the market. Something changed today. If the VIX doesn't come back down, this is not an ordinary day. Aside from the scoreboard, something changed in the code. If I was running a hedge fund, I would change my code of behavior, the rules of engagement of my machines to be selling rallies, not buying dips. This is my statement. You don't have to take it. It's a warning. Now, I will change my mind if the VIX drops. Buying calls is definitely what I wouldn't do as an investor. As a momentum trader, fine. Tactically in and out of calls, that's fine. If somebody is looking to, quote, invest in SMCI, they can do better than just buying calls. If you're going to risk $400, I would rather collect $400 to be long SMCI for the next few days. And if I see stabilization, then use the money I made to offset the purchase of calls. That's what I would do. Use this implied volatility spike in the stock itself, in the VIX, in everything. Everything is more expensive today, a lot more expensive than yesterday. Sell that if you believe in an upside move in SMCI. Why on earth would you let that opportunity go away? If you want to be long SMCI and you're spending money on calls, I would highly suggest you entertain the idea of, instead of buying calls or in addition to buying calls, or start by selling a put to get money or a put spread to get money. If you're right about the calls, you're already making money. You can buy the calls after the fact when they will be cheaper. The VIX is super high. If this, look, the VIX just made a higher high as I'm saying this. This is no joke. I'm not an alarmist, but we called this scenario. The weak hands are unfolding today. I had to type it somewhere, and it would take me forever to type that. You're welcome. I don't read Climber's write-ups so that my write-ups don't match his at any moment in time. He doesn't read mine. If we read each other's write-ups, it's after the fact. And then we true each other up. So if he says something and I say something and it's on the same page, you should respect that opinion. Let me go update that in the trade table. Which one was it? Where did I send the SPX? Oh, there it is. Okay, SPX debit put spread. It's $5 now, 5.2 earlier. It's open. The debit was 4, trimmed. $5.1, not 2. And we have a lower low. I'm telling you. For explaining the VIX. Okay, yeah. It's a very important nuance in the VIX. Very important nuance. So now I'm definitely regretting selling the covered put. But it is what it is. So I locked my profits at a certain level, which is a bummer. But I can always remedy that because I'm short everywhere else. All I have to do is just reopen another put. And I'll be right back in it. I'm not going to do any of that today because I don't have any exposure. The worst case scenario is just less profit. Don't buy puts here. This is a nasty day. 2.2 and 3.4, 3.5 on the Nasdaq. And guess what? Down 2% on the small caps. Yeah. We called it, we faced it, and we said, no way, Jose. Look at it. Down goes KRE. I'm telling you, they told us it's the crappiest of the crappy last year, and now they're going to tell me they're going to lead the market higher. That is a bad market. If the banks are leading your market in the presence of AI concepts, that's the end of the rally, folks. Now, you have great companies, all the mega caps, the big ones, undeniably great companies. Now they just need to find footing. And because the rallies were unreasonable, finding footing might be trickier than just, oh, it's a bargain, it's cheap. It's not about cheap anymore. It's about where's the next buyer going to be. Yes, there's a lot of triggers, but you got to respect rallies. But now, if the VIX, it's almost 19, it's 18.3. All right, let's go revisit the VIX comment. So, I suggested buying VIX calls, okay? And it was in defense mode. Let's see here. My message to readers has been consistent with regards to hedges. If my portfolio is mostly bullish on stocks, I should own some protection. So today's setup is showing the example of that. Buy to open, VIX September 18th, 12.5 for 295. Let's go there. 12.5. Okay, it is $510 today. It was $295 then. Who did I send it to? The Ultimates. Okay. VIX, there it is. Okay, let's tell them. VIX update. VIX update. If I bought 15 days ago, shared I'm typing stuff, that's why I'm quiet. This is what I just typed. You guys have heard that message. I beat that to death. I like it when YouTube sends me an update about me going live on my own. Can you handle the update? Yeah, I did that already. Yes, sir. All right, so let's see what we have here as far as questions. Larger time frame, we already talked about that. SPX Iron Butterfly for tomorrow. No, Norman, no. This is not the time. I'll tell you why. Iron Butterflies, Iron Condors are trades of range. When you have visibility on the range or the lack of explosiveness. This is the exact opposite. The VIX is almost 20. So the good thing is that the iron condors now are wider, but you're waking up to a headline or not. So I would rather skip it. Yes, I would rather skip it. Yeah. I did put that on the cues. I thought I had it here. Where is it? Huh. What? The day is over? Pew! That's hilarious. Whoever made that is so descriptive because we've all been there. We've all been on the receiving end of that thing. Later, you don't want to see the earnings? All right, I guess we can cut the YouTube feed. Bye YouTube. Bye. Come visit us again. Oh, if you don't follow, you don't know about it because I didn't post it anywhere. But put the bell. Make sure the alert on the bell is going on in your thing. You can tell how good I am selling that thing. Just put the notification setting to on.